Hello, and thank you for your interest in learning more about Code the Dreams program. My name is Ashley, and I am the recruitment and admissions lead. And today I will give you a presentation about what Code the Dream offers, such as our free coding classes and our program outcomes, as well as our mission. So, whether you are a prospective student, or if you're an interested partner, or just want to learn more about Code the Dream, I'm here to help you with that. So, let's get right into it. All right, so our mission at Code the Dream has three components. That is to create opportunities that change lives, to build technology that benefits our communities, and to expand access to skills we need for a more innovative world. So Code the Dream was founded about 11 years ago as a way to help those who were undocumented in North Carolina be able to access a free quality coding education without having to go through the college process because they didn't have access to in-state tuition at that time. Nowadays, we are open to anybody who has a barrier of entry into the tech field, such as financial barriers, or if you aren't able to commit time to a full-time course load schedule at a college, or if you just need overall flexibility, we are the program for you. And like I said, we do that through our free coding classes that I'll dive more into as we go through the presentation. On top of that, some of the technology that we build is through our development shop called CTD Labs. Basically, we build apps and websites for other nonprofits or companies, and the whole topic is to build apps that actually have a meaningful impact in our society. Such as we have an app where people can learn more about what government assistance they qualify for. We have apps for farm workers and more. So if you are a prospective student and you would be interested in joining CTD Labs, that will be through our competitive paid apprenticeship program, and I'll talk more about that in the next slides as well. But like I said, overall, we want to expand access to coding skills, and we hope that we can be the program for you if you are interested in learning more about coding. All right, so we have two programs. The first is what I'll talk primarily about throughout this presentation, and that's our free intensive classes in web development and data engineering. A few things about our classes: they are 100% remote, so you could be anywhere within the United States to attend our classes. And then they are also asynchronous. So what that means is if you are a person who, let's say you have a full-time job, or if you're a full-time caretaker, etc., our classes are built to be flexible to where we will give you pre-recorded class instructional videos at the beginning of each week, and you can find time throughout your week to watch those videos. And then throughout the week, we have live mentor sessions. So this is to make sure that you, although you are watching pre-recorded videos, you still have some kind of live instruction or live help. So our mentors are actually professionals in the tech field who volunteer their time to make sure you guys know what you're learning in the classes and that you're fully grasping all the concepts. It's also good for networking as well too. So these are group sessions. They happen about 6 days throughout the week. And then we also have one-on-one mentoring sessions, which happen all throughout the day, each day. So we have that. Also, just a few things: you do have to be 18 years or older to take our classes since we are catered to the adult learner. You also have to reside within the United States and have access to a computer and Wi-Fi. And CTD Labs, I talked about it a bit more in the previous slide, but basically we do have that competitive paid apprenticeship program that is also remote. It's salaried, and you'll be able to join our team. You do have to complete at least one advanced class and practicum to qualify to apply for the position. And also currently we do have that open for the web development track, and we are working to get more apprenticeship opportunities for the data engineering track right now. All right, so this is the pathway you can see yourself throughout our program, and our program is designed for you to be able to complete it in a year or less. And that depends on when you join our classes, either pre-work or not pre-work, either intro or advanced. So starting off, if you haven't already, you can apply to Code the Dream at codethedream.org/apply. Afterwards, you do have to complete a pre-work assignment. So this is also part of your application, and it's a way for us to see if you have the skill level to be able to join our classes, while also you'll be able to see if you can learn in an online environment. So we do have two different pre-works if you are joining for our intro class or our advanced classes, and the pre-work can take about 10 hours to complete. So after you've submitted your pre-work, and I'm just going to say everybody's going to get in, but you do have to submit an admissible assignment, then you'll join our classes. So our classes are individually 11 weeks long, and like I said, it's intended for it to be about a year long of classes in total. So we have our intro to programming class. It still is an intensive class, but basically you'll be learning more about JavaScript and GitHub APIs, etc. Then we have our advanced classes. That includes React. We have Node, and React is a prerequisite for that class. We have Python Essentials, and then we have Python AI and Cloud Computing, and that is the Python Essentials is a prereq to that class as well. All right, next we have our practicum. So after you go through our classes within whichever track you choose, then you'll do practicum. So that'll be about 11 weeks long too, and that's where you work in a small group to build and deploy your own app, which is pretty cool. You also have a mentor to help you throughout that assignment as well. And at the end of practicum, the last 2 weeks, you will have some career development too, such as mock interviews, resume prep, LinkedIn customization, etc., to make sure that you are able to hop right in and become a competitive candidate once you start applying for positions, because technically practicum is the last step of our program. Now the apprenticeship, like I said, not everybody will be able to get into the apprenticeship, but basically it can range from about a year to 2 years long, and you'll also have career development in between while you work on the different projects. And then after that, you'll be able to move on to your career. So a few things, the apprenticeship, this year alone, we had about 82% of our apprentices be able to land a job right afterwards, which is pretty good and pretty high considering the current climate for getting jobs in general. So if you are interested in doing the apprenticeship, I will always suggest do well in your classes, work on your interviewing skills, and hopefully we can welcome you into the apprenticeship after you complete the practicum. But nonetheless, you'll still be able to go ahead and apply to jobs after the practicum. So if you heard me mention, we do have career tracks. So the first track is our web development track featuring full stack JavaScript. So if you are interested in learning how to build apps and websites from end to end, this will be the pathway for you. So we do have the intro class. Like I said, everything is 11 weeks long. We have intro, we have React, Node, practicum, and then opportunity for the apprenticeship. We do React before Node because we find that people are more successful and have a better time learning when they start with front-end development versus starting with back-end development. So that's if you had any questions about how that track goes. But overall, graduates of this program are prepared for roles such as front-end development, back-end development, full-stack engineers, software engineers, web application developers, and more. Next, we have our data engineering track, and that's where you learn Python. So this track is for those who are interested in working with the data. If you are a data kind of person, like data analysis, visualization, and also you'll use Python to build applications too, which is pretty cool. So our track for this, and it is a newer track, is Intro to Programming, Python Essentials, Python AI and Cloud Computing, and then practicum. So you'll have a practicum for this as well. And as I mentioned earlier on, we are still working on getting apprenticeships for this track as well. All right. So just a few things about the specifics of what will be included in each class. So for Python Essentials, that's basically you'll dive into data analysis. So that's like business analytics too. And then it also can prepare you for other analysis related data careers. And then Python, AI, and cloud computing. It focuses on applied AI and cloud-based machine learning. And then model training, AI, agent development, and cloud deployment. Cloud deployment and more. Okay, so if you are interested in learning more about Python, this will be the track for you. So general class requirements. For previous knowledge, we don't require you to know anything before the intro to programming class, but we do find that people are able to succeed more when they do have some previous experience in coding. So this can be such as watching coding tutorials and Free Code Camp from the Odin project and more. Also, digital literacy is not listed here, but definitely know how to work your system before coming to our classes, since we don't teach that. But overall, there's no previous knowledge requirements. For the advanced class, you will need to have some experience in JavaScript, GitHub, and APIs. For tools, for the intro to programming class, you can use any system you currently have. We don't recommend you buy any new computer. So you can still, let's say, work with a Chromebook or a hybrid tablet. You will have to do some workarounds, but luckily our mentors will help you with that, so no need to worry about it. And then reliable internet is required for both our intro and advanced class. Now, the only difference with the advanced class is that we do ask that you have a computer which is reliable and has sufficient memory, so about 8 gigabytes, and 16 gigabytes would be good too. So a Chromebook will not work for our advanced classes. Now for our pre-work assignment, as I mentioned before, this is a required assignment. So I'll give you more details as to what's included with each pre-work assignment. You only complete one, but we do have an intro and advanced, and that depends on whatever class you are applying for. So for the intro pre-work, that is a Khan Academy tutorial, and we try to make it fun since you guys will be newer to coding. We don't want it to be too stressful or anything. So you will go through Khan Academy. It is a free online learning platform, and basically you'll watch Unit 1, which is something that has to do with JavaScript and drawing basics. It's something like that. But you'll watch the videos in that whole unit, and then you will apply what you learned in those videos into a coding sample. And that'll be through a program called p5.js. It's a website. So the main thing about the intro pre-work is that we want to see if you can learn from a video and then apply what you've learned. So we have a instructions page as well too, and it'll tell you the requirements you need for that coding sample. But after you turn that in, that's the end of the assignment. If you already have some coding experience, you don't have to go through the Khan Academy tutorials. If you already know how to apply all of the requirements, you can feel free to skip Khan Academy. For the advanced pre-work, you will create a static website, single or multi-page. Make sure you include navigation and also styling. And basically, we want to see that if you can pull data from an open source API to display on a front-end website and be able to navigate through that, okay? So that's basically what the advanced pre-work assignment is. Some people ask if you can use templates or bootstrapping, in which you can. Just make sure you include some manual styling so we know that you are able to do that. And if you have questions about which pre-work assignment you should complete, let's say if you're in the middle, you're not too beginner level, but you don't know if you're advanced too, we would ask if you know what an API is. If you do know what an API is and you have experience in GitHub, go ahead and attempt the advanced pre-work assignment. There's no, what I want to call it? There's no risk really in attempting an advanced pre-work assignment, only because if you do complete the advanced assignment, and let's say you aren't admitted, you'll still be offered the intro the intro class, if we can see that you still have some basic skills that you know. And also, if you apply for advanced and you realize after looking through the instructions that you probably aren't able to do it, which is perfectly fine, you would email me at admissions@codethedream.org and I will switch you to the intro class, and that'll be it basically. So if you have any questions as you work through the pre-work, definitely email me as soon as you have those questions. I'm happy to help you with them. And yeah, overall, I want to help you guys to get into the classes. So no question is a dumb question. So here are some frequently asked questions. And the first is, how many people get into our classes? So this upcoming spring class, no, actually the upcoming fall class, sorry, we had 179 offers go out. So we have some class caps now, but what we recommend for you is to make sure you submit an admissible pre-work assignment. This means that you followed all of the requirements in the pre-work instructions. You double and triple check your work to make sure you have them. And then you can get creative too. Creativity, you don't get extra points for it. I'll say that. But it's nice to see that you tried. We really wanted to see that you guys tried on the assignment, okay? And that you have those requirements, of course. Next, what do we look for in applicants? We look for a drive. So this class is not just for people who want a side hustle or just want a hobby, or if you're curious about the overall field. We put in a lot of resources with our mentors. You have class instructional leads. You have people who make sure that you're following along the class track. Just a lot of resources in place for you to make sure that you are prepared to get a solid career in tech. So with that, we want you to be actually committed to becoming a developer or data engineer or anything. So yes. And then the next question, what's the cost? I've mentioned throughout the presentation it's free, and I will state it again that it is a free program. We are a tech nonprofit, so we are funded through grants and also our development shop too. We work with actual clients and we get money from that, and that goes to fund our classes. So the classes are completely free from before you start the program, during, and afterwards. After you graduate from our program, you can feel free to donate back time as a mentor to help people to follow in your footsteps. Or if you want to give a monetary donation, you can too, but neither of the two is required. But overall, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can go to admissions@codethedream.org. And also, if you are interested in applying today, we do have open applications all the time. So you can feel free to go and apply at codethedream.org/apply. Also, if you want to learn more about the specifics of each class and what you'll learn in each class, we do have a course descriptions page that I'd recommend you go and look at as well too. But overall, thank you again for watching this video, and we hope to see your application soon. All right, bye.